good old Windows XP. So everyone must remember Windows XP, right? Windows XP is probably one of the most remembered, one of the most adored operating systems of all time. And it's been over a decade since its support ended. However, there's been some improvements into making this a usable operating system in today's age. So today we'll be answering the question here. Can you still use Windows XP in 2025? But that means using this with relatively up-to-date software or the most up-to-date software available. Alright, so first off, we'll be starting off with a web browser. So, everyone probably knows Supremium. So yeah, it's a fork of the Chromium web browser that allows you to run the latest version of Chromium on Windows versions early as Windows XP, which is the one that we're currently running at. So yeah, we're going to be downloading this and we're going to be getting the 64-bit version since this is in fact a 64-bit install. You can tell by this edition right here. Yeah, I did this just to get the best experience. We'll be getting other programs as well, but we're getting Supremium just to have a great start. So yeah, we're just gonna install this. So next up, now I'm pretty sure you guys heard about this project before. It is in fact one core API, and this is gonna allow us to run applications that wouldn't normally work on Windows XP. But yeah, we're getting the latest version, which has been released 2 weeks ago. And of course, we're getting the 64-bit version. I also made sure to get the latest updates for Windows XP before doing this, just to avoid issues and stuff. So yeah, so we're gonna be installing this real quick. And the installation process is rather simple. So it's basically just like an update to this. So yeah, we're gonna click on next. Agree. Alright, so yeah, setup has finished. So we're just gonna click on finish and when it's just gonna restart. So yeah, I'll be back once this is done. Now, so for the first application that we'll be getting is a web browser that I actually use personally, which is the Zen browser, which is a browser that is based off of Mozilla Firefox. Now, this web browser would normally work on Windows 10 at least, but with one core API we should be able to get this working on Windows XP. So we're gonna be downloading this real quick. It's download for Windows, and there we go. Now, one important thing is that for every application, for every installer that you get, you must put it in compatibility mode. So let's go to the compatibility tab and set the compatibility mode for Windows 10 22H2. Let's put it that way. So now let's run it. Click on run. And here we go. Welcome to the Zen browser setup wizard. So we're going to click on next. We're going to set it as standard install. So everything so far so good. So it seems to install, which is fine. So it shows up with this error. This file doesn't have a program associated with it for performing this action. It is actually normal, so it should work just fine. So yeah, click on launch send now. So here we go. So here it says welcome to a calmer internet. So we're gonna continue. It looks pretty good. Dive in and off we go. So yeah, here we are. We're using Zen browser. We got Zen browser to work on Windows XP. Pretty cool, right? Now keep in mind that there's a catch. Now, even though the browser works just fine, now here's a problem, and it has to do with YouTube video playback. According to the One Core API GitHub page, one problem that you may encounter with this is that with Firefox browsers newer than, I believe, version 140, I don't know, I'll put that on the screen right now, YouTube video playback doesn't work. So we're gonna have to use a different web browser for that. But the fact that this works on Windows XP, because remember, the minimum version that it requires to run Zen browser is Windows 10. Like, we're running in Zen browser on Windows XP. Like, just by that alone, it's already amazing on its own. Like, that is actually impressive. But yeah, if we try to play YouTube video on this, it looks like it wants to play, but then it doesn't actually do anything. Yeah, an error occurred. Please try again later. So yeah, that's the catch. But I mean, the rest works just fine. Like you can still browse through other websites like Reddit, for instance. Now, what should I try out next? Oh yeah, let's install LibreOffice. Now, I'm not gonna get the installer itself. I'm not gonna get the MSI. I'm actually gonna get the portable version of it because I tested this before, and the only way I was able to get LibreOffice to work on here was by using the portable version of it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now. So yeah, here we are, and we're gonna be downloading the latest version available. So we're gonna set this with compatibility mode. Again, Windows 10 22H2, and we're gonna run this. Run. And yeah, we're gonna continue the installation as usual. Okay, and we're done. So as you can see, we have a new folder here, LibreOffice Portable Previous. So yeah, so here we have all the LibreOffice applications. And again, you have to set each program with compatibility mode in order for these to run. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now. And yeah, we're gonna do the same thing to everyone. So yeah, there we go. So let's try LibreOffice Writer. And look at that, it's working. And look at that. So yeah, running a modern version of LibreOffice on Windows XP. Look at that. If we go to about LibreOffice, and yep, version 25.2.72. Look, works as expected. So let's try this. So this is a test. I'm gonna put this font size 42, and we're gonna save it. So we're gonna save this to the desktop here, and we want to save this as for 2010 365. So type test, and there we go. Look at that. And yeah, I'm gonna set this actually with a different UI because I don't really like this interface that much. User interface, and yeah, tabbed. Yeah, that's more how I like it. And we can also export this to PDF as well. Let's try that. So yeah, let's use a program for this list. We can try out Zen. So yeah, look at that. It works as usual. And yeah, the same thing applies to every other LibreOffice application as well. Like let's try out LibreOffice Impress. Yeah, look at them. It works just fine. So yeah, it's perfectly usable. Okay, so I decided to speed things up a bit because I realized that this video was taking way too long. So I'm just gonna show you right now what works and what doesn't work. So I'm gonna start off first with what doesn't work. Starting off with Discord. So as you can see, I've got a Discord folder. So what I did was I copied over the installation files from another operating system that has Discord installed. And here I have it. So I've got some files, and also made sure to set the executables in compatibility mode. However, if I actually try to run them, it just doesn't work. Like if I actually try to run the program, it just won't go past the update failed thing. So yeah, the client itself doesn't work under XP. However, you can still use Discord on the browser. Like you can see here, I'm running Discord on the Zen browser just fine. So yeah, I mean it's still usable. You can still use Discord on the browser just fine. Then there's Spotify. So here's the thing. Neither Spotify nor Discord work with the installer. However, you can still get them to run kind of by copying over the program files from another system. So as you can see, I have the Spotify folder on here as well. I've got the files, and I can actually open them. I can actually open the program just fine, and I can still browse through the interface. Like it seems to be perfect until I actually try to play something from here. So if I click on the play button, as soon as it tries to play something, it just crashes. So yeah. However, there's an older version of Spotify from the Internet Archive that does work under XP just fine. So As you can see, I have this here, and also made sure compatibility mode. Here it says Windows 7 Service Pack 1. And yeah, this works. Now it's an older version. I believe it's from 2023, and it's got some limitations. For instance, the homepage fails to load. It doesn't load anything, as you can see. Yeah, here it says something went wrong. But I can still browse through my playlists, and I can actually play stuff from here. Again, it's an older version, but I mean, it's not like extremely out of date. So yeah, there's that. Then as you can see, I also have another program. So I have Visual Studio Code. Now this works perfectly fine. Like, it actually works rather well. I was even able to get extensions to work on this just fine. So here I have some code on this. Yeah, I mean, I was able to download extensions from the marketplace just like I would on another system, and yeah, they could go live here. I can test this code out, and yeah, look at that. And also another thing, so as you can see, I have Steam. The installation of Steam was actually rather flawless. Like, I didn't really have to do that much. I mean, just downloading from the website, installing it just fine, just like I would on the modern system. And it works. Just that one thing you have to do here is that you have to, again, set a compatibility mode. So find target and yeah, set this in compatibility with Windows 10. But, I mean, it works perfectly fine. I mean, oh, it got the updating Steam. During my testing, it works perfectly fine. I was even able to download games from Steam, as you can tell. Yeah, I'm so sorry for the games I have currently. I mean, I don't really use Steam that much, and I don't have any games bought on Steam. So yeah, I only have these 3 games to test. And while Steam is updating, I also have the latest version of VLC working on this, so I can just play something like this intro here. And yeah, plays just fine. Like,
so everyone must remember when
it's perfect.
Windows XP is probably one
So
of the
yeah,
most
about
remembered,
version 3.0.21, the latest version of VLC.
It's been over a decade.
Also, another thing is, as you can see, I also have OBS Studio. Now, unfortunately, OBS Studio doesn't run. The installation is flawless, has been flawless, but then when I actually try to run it, it comes up with this error message saying required graphics API functionality not found. So yeah, unfortunately, OBS is out of the equation here. I also have GIMP. And unfortunately, same thing with Discord. GIMP doesn't work. I have the executables, and no, they don't work. It doesn't do anything. So yeah, GIMP is also out. Okay, so we're finally here. Steam finally works. So it looked like there was a loop with the Steam updater, so I couldn't actually run Steam. However, I was able to fix it by adding some arguments here in the Steam shortcut. So here are the arguments I added. I'm gonna go through these real quick. So yeah, that's what I did, and yeah, the Steam program finally works. And as I told you, I've got some games as well. So yeah, I got 3 games installed on this. Sorry for my terrible Steam library. I don't really use Steam that much. I don't have any games bought on Steam either. So yeah, I got some 3 games to test. So let's try out with Bloons TD Sit. So let's click on play. And it doesn't work. Okay, so the previous game didn't work. Now let's try out Brawlhalla. So yeah, we're gonna click on play, see what happens. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's actually running. We're running Brawlhalla on Windows XP. Now let's not sing victory yet. I mean, it's still gotta finish loading the game. Oh boy, it's actually running. It's actually running on Windows XP. Oh my. Let's try something.
Training.
Let's see. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, can you look at this? Like, we're doing some modern gaming on Windows XP, guys. And yeah, we got first strike. Never mind that this is a practice match, and yeah, I would get easily destroyed in a regular one. But like, but oh wow, it actually runs. Like, I was definitely not expecting that. Like, I was expecting every single game to fatal launch. Like, never thought it was gonna work. Let's move on to another game. I'm so sorry. I know this is quite shameful, but we're gonna play this. See if it launches. And no, it won't run. Enter big picture mode. Let's see. Oh boy, was that choppy. That was choppy as hell. But yeah, big picture mode as well. So yeah. So I mean, yeah, we didn't get every single game I had on Windows XP, but I mean, we at least got one game to work. So, can we use Windows XP in 2025 with the latest software? Well, kinda. If you want to do some basic web browsing and stuff, like XP is fine. I mean, you can get the latest version of the Zen browser, for instance, or even the latest version of Firefox if you want to. But once you start trying out more complex things, that's when things start to fall apart. Oh, by the way, if forgot to mention, I also got Sublime Text, because why not? Just wanted to see how far we could go on Windows XP. But yeah, so if you guys like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.